You are a philosopher, like professional one?
Yeah.
So what do
And
you
I
do? Like, what's your day in life like? What do you do in general?
oh, I'm in university. I'm studying philosophy. I'm not a
Oh,
professional. I shouldn't have said that.
that's so good to know. If you go in quantum field, then you will read that many philosophical things have very much significant in the quantum physics. They are just given different names, different terminologies, but the concepts that they differ are very much similar to the philosophical concepts. So
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
have related those two. Like that's what I've done in FDE, Finland of Enlightenment. Because with the things that are going on, I don't think humans have a lot of time. So if I just jump on the field and start giving philosophies and concepts, it might not ever be used by humans.
That's fair. That's actually a good point.
I don't know the actual terminologies of the thing that I have in mind. Like, I guess my language is
Yeah, man.
way inferior compared to my thoughts, or my thoughts are way superior than my language. And it's not just.
You're creative. Yeah.
I guess
So you like philosophy?
I like that. I'm kind of new to this actual field of philosophy. As it turns out that I have been into philosophy and doing philosophical things from long, but I did not knew that what I was doing was philosophy and stoicism and all this stuff. I got around the
Oh, I see.
terminology recently, so nice.
Stoicism?
Yeah, like it's all my field, I guess. That's what I aspire to become in future, but I was not even knowing what it is called in the real world. So recently I got to know about these words.
That's fair. Do you know about existentialism?
I might be knowing, but as only not by the word existentialism. I have developed a lot of words and sentences and phrasing by my own. I have written a whole thing on my own. Like I usually relate things with science and understand. So that's what I do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you
That
tell
makes sense.
about the concept, then I can tell you what name I have given to that concept, and I guess I might be familiar with that.
Okay. What about, well, you know free will, right?
Of course, I do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you know absurdity?
Not sure.
Technical sense of the word.
Yeah, absurd. Yeah, I know that. I've
Yeah,
read
so
about it in some writings of Nietzsche. There is this Friedrich
Nietzsche, yeah.
Yeah, I've read.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I write poems, and people say that I write similar poems to him and for Ferran Kafka.
Oh, Kafka, yeah.
I've written several poems, and they are similar to their writings. I was not knowing that.
So you're very sad, huh?
I don't know. I like writing sad things. I guess if I write about sad things, then those things will get out of me, and I'll be happy. So that's my ninja technique
Fair
to
enough.
deal with all this.
Fair enough. Absurdity is like life is meaningless. That's the idea.
Well, it's the reality. That's the actual thing. Life is meaningless.
It's like, well, not exactly, but it's like reality has no predestined meaning. Like, if you look at a chair, you think of it as something to sit on, but that's not really what it is. It's just like a bunch of wood in a specific order.
That Vsauce video of recent, I saw that. In that he was talking about that. And about these concepts, see, the question that I have regarding all this at this mind is, what will I do with all this knowledge? Of knowing all this. That's one of the major things that I've been thinking about. Like one of the only reason or meaning I can find in life is to help other humans and to evolve as a species of humans. And
Do you mean knowledge of philosophy?
yes, knowledge of philosophy and how to use this thing. That's what I want to know. What will I
Don't-
do?
Don't ask me that. Oh no.
You are a philosopher, like professional one.
Yeah.
So what do
and
you
I-
do? Like, what's your day in life like? What do you do in general?
Oh, I'm in university. I'm studying philosophy. I'm not a professional. I shouldn't have said that.
That's so good to. You know what are personas? I hope you know.
Personas. Like characters?
Yeah, kind of personalities and persona. The thing is, I see again. I don't know if this is the exact word that is used, but the thing is, I have 5 personas. Let me tell you a brief story. I'll try to make it short. So when I was in class 9th, 5 years ago, then I was doing all this what we call introspection stuff and spirituality and administration. I was not knowing what I was doing. So basically, I was trying to understand this question: that who am I? It took me 3-4 years to understand this, to get the answer of this question: who am I? But in doing so, what I did was I understood that the traits that people usually refer me as, like you are computer scientist, you like these things, that they are not actually me. So what I did is just encapsulated all of my qualities and put them in a box in my mind, and I labeled that box as Myspy. So that's a persona of mine. And similarly, I have 5 personas. That basically means I can act and be like 5 different persons, and all those 5 persons are totally different from the other people. And the people who usually talk to me get very weird when I tell this concept to them, because they're like, how can a single person can be 5%? But in actual, everyone is 5% or multiple persons. They are just not properly differentiating and separating it. So,
Okay, who am I talking to now?
uh, you can say Captain X. Captain X is the persona who is responsible for managing of all personas and expression.
Kaepernick.
Yeah, that's the name I've given.
Okay, cool. What else is there?
Okay, one.
So,
Yeah.
is it like you have all these traits that people describe you as, and then you divide them into different personas? Okay, and
Yeah,
those.
when I looked at the fundamental concept of the trait, then by that nature they are already divided. Like, I have some specific kind of traits that are useful in my professional life. So that
okay.
whole trait and that knowledge
Okay.
sector, that all is Myspy. That persona is Myspy. Then I have a separate segment of knowledge with respect to philosophy and stoicism and all. This all is completely different. It helps me to become wise, to be wise. It's called Madhusudhan.
But it's not just knowledge; it's your behavior that changes.
Yes, based on that knowledge, that behavior changes. So then
Okay,
that's
sure.
a different persona. It's Madhusudhan. And then there is one intellectual persona that works with the logical stuff that I do in my life. So it's like basic fundamental aspects of human: personalism, professionalism, intellect, wisdom. According to this, there are like 5 personas, and there is one dove also. It's not a big story.
I bet you have more than 5. There's probably
Of course.
more that you don't know of, right?
Yeah, no. So the thing is, when I was questioning this thing, then it came as well. But the other thing that I have, I use the term perspective for them, because it is just a perspective of looking at those personas. Like, if you want, you can look at Myspy in different angles, and you can get a different person of that persona. But those are just perspective. At fundamental level, at core level, that persona just reflects professionalism.
Okay.
So
Yeah, okay,
I know
I see.
there are a lot, but on basic level and fundamental level, there are these 5 only. So it is. I have
Interesting.
till date I have not found a single person who have multiple personas or who lives like this. And many people refer to this as DID, dissociative identity disorder. But I know well that it's not, because there are a lot of differences between me and a DID person. And obviously, when I read about the things, and if you go in quantum field, then you will read that many philosophical things have very much significant in the quantum physics. They are just given different names, different terminologies, but the concepts that they refer are very much similar to the philosophical concepts.
Absolutely,
So I have related those two. Like, that's what I've done in FDE, Feynman diagram for enlightenment.
I mean, you should study metaphysics because sounds like what you're interested in. Is like
In physics I was interested for a while, but then I left physics because I don't think physics is that applicable to the real life. That's why I came to the field of computer science. And it's a general trend. First a concept comes to philosophy, then it jumps to physics. In physics there are a lot of theoretical physics, experimental physics, engineering, and then it comes to the real life people changing kind of phenomena, and then it comes to the real life. So it takes a lot of time. So it's better if I just jump into the last phase of development of a thought, that is computer science, and just make something that is applicable to human in a very short span of time. Because with the things that are going on, I don't think humans have a lot of time. So if I just jump on the field and start giving philosophies and concepts, it might not ever be used by humans.
That's fair. That's actually a good point. I mean, the question is, why do you care?
Because I want something to live for. If I won't care for this, then what will I do? What's the point of being human? It's simple. If you've got a humanistic form, you've got to embrace it. Whichever form you've got, human, animal, fish, you just got to embrace it and do the best you can do for the world. That's all.
Fair enough.
Because there is no
Fair enough.
Because there is no other meaning.
I feel like you have very ambitious desires. You have a very big project ahead of you. And people have been doing this. This is a question of philosophy. Is like, can you make consciousness?
The thing is, recently I was kind of very much bummed and sad of this, because I was listening to Elon Musk podcast with Joe Rogan, and he said that it is kind of stupid to artificialize consciousness or to make consciousness, because humans already have it. So making something that is already available is stupid, and that's why he is doing that all neural links. That is
Who
why
cares?
that is why he is doing all that neural link stuff, and he is making a brain computer interface to use the human consciousness and merge it with computer field and artificial field. Instead of making one, he is just merging it. So
I mean, I guess I feel like there are reasons to create true artificial consciousness, like
I
to
have,
see if you can.
I
That's a
have,
big beat.
I
Like that's
have
a big
lived on
leap
that
in.
thought for like 5 to 6 years. That's what that is what is driving me daily. Because why else would I do anything else? But that's
You
the thought.
should. You should. Do you know? So you know cognitive science, like the field.
Yeah, a bit. I have read about it.
It's yeah. There's. This is exactly what it's talking about. Like the whole field is talking about like what is consciousness? How does it work? Stuff
Hard
like that.
problem of see, this is one of the big problem with me. I feel it a lot. I don't know the actual terminologies of the thing that I have in mind. Like I guess my language is
Yeah, man.
way inferior compared to my thoughts, or my thoughts are way superior than my language. And it's not just,
You're creative. Yeah.
I guess, because I feel like languages have bounded me a lot. That's why I write in a way and in language that is very weird, and people refer to me as Nietzsche and all that stuff, Friedrich Nietzsche and Kafka, because I don't
Yeah.
actually get the
Yeah.
good words to write. I'm not pretty sure by which persona I should follow you. Each and every persona have multiple accounts on Instagram as well.
Really?
Yeah, because
Wow.
Uh,
That's so
earlier,
cool.
earlier they all had just one account, so it became a lot of messy for me to manage all these accounts. I used to create different highlights and all, but now after in like 2020, all of them divided and separated with respect to Instagram.
Wait, do all the personas want to do computer science?
No, just one of them wants to do computer science.
Whoa, wait, how do you decide which one to follow then?
Because
Because you can only.
it was formed in that, like, my spy persona wants to do computer science, and for doing computer science he needs wisdom, for which Munson persona is used, and he needs intellect, for which Manishwar persona is used, and he needs a persona to manage both of these things and not to create a chaos between intellect and wisdom, and for that Captain X is used. So there is just one goal, one person who wants to do the thing, and rest personas help him to do that thing. And same goes with respect to Madhusudhan as well. The aim of Madhusudhan persona is to preach wisdom in this world, to preach philosophy, so that humans can be more wise and not do the chaotic stuff. And in that, he uses help of Myspy persona, like technology and making videos, and he used persona Nikov persona to make content, to make funny stuff that can make people understand philosophy and stoicism in a way that they want to understand in a funny way. So each persona work for each other in a way, interconnected work. I know.
Weird.
It,
It's
it,
interesting because it sounds like different people.
it is
Right?
different people.
But
When I talk as different persona to people, they say like it feels like I'm talking to different people when I change my personas in my mind.
sure, sure. But it's like you're doing something that only makes one of the people happy.
Yeah, of course. Because if that persona will be happy, then other personas will be happy as well. Because other personas will be benefited from that persona happiness. Like if I make artificial
okay, yeah.
consciousness, then the purpose of Madhusudhan persona will be fulfilled. That consciousness will be spread and wisdom will be spread on a
Yeah.
large amount. So every persona have their own benefit with respect to that one persona. Interconnected, extremely interconnected.
I see. Okay.
Initially when I made it, I had a lot of problem in managing all this stuff. I used to have very much mental problems. I don't know the name of those problems, but now after like 4 or 5 years of experience, I can just change persona like this. It all have become very quick and smooth for me, and I have got.
Can you change?
Of course, I can whenever you want.
I'm not talking. I'm talking to Kaepernick's, which is like up here, right?
Yeah, it is the expressive persona. The work of Captain X is use the skills of each and every persona to make a conversation or interacting with humans easier and nicer.
Okay. But you
Every
can turn it
persona
on.
have different level of introvertness and extrovertness. Like Nikov persona is extreme extrovert, and Manesho persona
Yeah.
is extreme introvert. It does not come out in people. It does not interact with people.
I want to talk to the wise one,
Madhusudhan persona. Okay.
the wisdom one. Yeah.
It's called. Okay. Yeah. I might become less expressive at that.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
yeah,
Well, okay. So,
I've changed.
what do you want to do after undergrad? After your bachelor?
Currently I'm working on this book as well, like with respect to my persona, with respect to me. The book name is From Reality to Illusion. Like my current goal is to complete that book before I finish this undergraduation, and after that I'm thinking of doing some comedy with Nikov persona, by which I can make some stand-up comedy or some that kind of stuff to impart wisdom, because I think that's the best way to impart wisdom. People will
Really?
people will understand in that form only. I have read several other philosophers like Rumi and all, and what they have done, they have explained philosophies in the language that was applicable in their time. When we read the mythologies, that in mythologies the language and the context that was used was applicable to that time. They were using examples of dragons and pot and food because that was applicable in that time. In this time it is so much in abundance that people don't care about it because they have various ways to get it. They care about comedy, they care about jokes because that's what people are living in meme world. So if I can impart
Interesting.
wisdom through that way, so people will accept it in a very good form. So that's the goal.
Interesting. Comedy as a method of spreading wisdom is very smart.
It's
Very wise, I think.
in my language, in the like language of personas, it is actually collaboration of Myspy and in Madhusudhan and Nikov persona. These two persona will collaborate and work, and they'll make this. It has happened earlier also. Like earlier, I collaborated with Maneshwar to make FDE, and it turned out to be great. Many people were benefited from it. So
Wait, it's a collaboration of your wisdom and your comedy persona?
yes,
Can I talk to the comedy persona?
of course you can. Okay, wait. Yeah, I changed.
Okay.
Don't you feel it
Well,
all weird? Because
what's that?
don't you feel weird? I sound like a lot crappy person, a stupid person. I can be very dangerous.
Well, I'm safe. You're in a computer, so
You don't know that I have my spy and I can do a lot of stuff with that feel as well.
oh, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, yeah. But you're safe. I'm safe. I'm a good person at heart. I got to be good person at heart. The world will be fucked if I won't be.
Do you have a favorite comedian?
Of course I have. At this moment, Veer Das, extremely good, extremely good.
Oh, this guy. I know this guy.
Veer Das, yeah.
Your does, yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. Interesting. I also like comedy. I think it's a good. I don't think it's. I don't think it's a good way to communicate information, though.
Of course, but in this time we live in, that's the best. What else you gonna do? Preach.
Fair
People,
enough.
people will just make fun of you. Like they make fun of a lot of philosophers. I have seen a lot of memes on philosophers compared to the memes I've seen on actual comedians. And the amount of misinformation and misphilosophy that is spread through Instagram and all, like, extremely, it is extremely bad and bullshit. What to do?
Fair enough. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm gonna go now. It was nice talking to you. Please add me on Instagram
Of course I will.
with all your accounts, as many as you want.
Okay, but I'll add to you on Madhusudhan and Captain X because
Okay,
that's
sounds
good.
good. Excellent. Okay, have a good night.
Yeah, of course. Bye bye. Because it was a very kind of stupid thing that a teacher came to my class and asked everyone to introduce themselves. When I was introducing myself, then I told my name, I told my qualities, but I was not satisfied in myself. That the things that I've told is not actually me. Those are some traits. Those are my name, and that's when I got into this rabbit hole of understanding who am I. I aspire to make artificial consciousness. Like that's my field. I want to do that. And I have before this I have made projects like FDE, Feynman diagram of enlightenment, and DHW, data structure of wisdom. I tried in DHW I have tried to make a way how computers can become wise as well in spite of being intellectuals, because it will be a lot of problems if machines will be just intellectual. So currently I'm working on a project called computed quantum existence. In that I'm trying to make some way how by which computers can feel the existence thing that we feel, that we question. I guess that's what existentialism you are calling. So that's my current project.